Right now on Healthy Montgomery Family Checkup. America's silent killer. Are you at risk?
I had a very good test, thallium stress test 6 months prior. I thought I was fine.
You could be one of the millions of people living with heart disease and not know it. One man's frightening brush with death and the warning signs you may be ignoring. Plus,
she just blew me off, and that's a terrible feeling.
is there such a thing as medical sexism? Women's heart problems ignored by doctors. The shocking new studies. And what every woman needs to know to protect herself. Then, going through menopause. Is hormone therapy right for you? Plus, figuring out the right food to eat is half the battle. Finding it is the other. All this and much more on this edition of Healthy Montgomery Family Checkup. Hi, I'm Kathy Fowler, and welcome to the winter edition of Healthy Montgomery Family Checkup. Our topic today, heart disease. It's America's #1 killer. In Maryland alone, heart disease accounts for 1 out of every 4 deaths each year. Howard Gilson, a cardiac rehab patient at Suburban Hospital, was one of the lucky ones. An avid Red Sox fan, he ignored the warning signs and nearly became another heart disease statistic. Howard Gilson, a cardiac rehab patient at Suburban Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, was one of the lucky ones. An avid Red Sox fan, he ignored the warning signs and nearly became another heart disease statistic.
I decided that once the Red Sox were losing terribly in the 5th inning, that it would be a good time for us to go home. So I said goodbye to everybody and drove home, and then immediately told my wife that I was not going to bed, that I was going to go to the hospital. I had a very good test, thallium stress test 6 months prior. I thought I was fine. If it had turned out badly, there may not have been another opportunity to see a Red Sox game.
Gilson's story had a happy ending, but not everyone is so lucky. That's why the staff at Suburban Hospital's cardiac rehabilitation program want you to know your risk factors. Pay attention to your family history and be aware of the warning signs, which can sometimes be easy to miss.
For heart patients, actually, most of them that come in say when they were having their event or having their symptoms, they didn't think it was heart related. So most people are unaware what the symptoms are and how they present themselves.
Know what to look for. Heart disease is often called the silent killer, and many people don't even know they have it.
If you were able to climb a flight of stairs 2 weeks ago and you're not able to do it today, that's significant. That's something you need to report to your doctor.
I felt symptoms. I had a chest pain.
The classic symptoms of angina and heart attacks are, as you said, usually pain that's left of center in the chest, sweating, nausea, pain that travels or radiates down the left arm, a sense of impending doom.
So how do you know if you are at risk? Here are the facts.
The traditional cardiac risk factors include age, and that's arguably the biggest risk factor.
Your age counts. If you're older than 45 for men and 55 for women, you could be at higher risk. Family history also matters. Our avid Red Sox fan, Howard Gilson, had a triple bypass in 2007 following 2 earlier heart procedures over the past 20 years.
Well, on my mother's side, her 3 brothers all died in their 50s from heart attacks.
What else? Pay attention to your blood pressure, watch your cholesterol, and quit smoking.
Managing your stress, watching your diet. Heart-healthy diet's good for preventing any chronic illness. And knowing what your numbers are, knowing what your blood pressure, knowing what your cholesterol numbers are.
Eating a balanced, heart-healthy diet is critical. Patients at Suburban's cardiac rehab learn new tricks for healthy eating.
There's a very easy mnemonic, FRED, F-R-E-D, which helps people remember what foods to truly avoid. The F is fried foods, the red is red meat, the E is eggs, excessive amounts of eggs, and the D is heavy dairy products, heavy creams and cheeses.
I had to really be serious about diet.
And make exercise a priority. You need at least 30 minutes of exercise every single day. Cardiac rehab staff encourage their patients to get moving, and they usually get hooked.
I really have to do something almost every day, even if it's just walking on the treadmill or walking outdoors.
Once people complete this program, about 50% of them stay and use us like their gym, and they continue to exercise. So we have patients that have been here up to 20 years.
Make sure you watch your stress level. Stress and depression can impact your heart health.
Depression can come on with many kinds of illnesses, and very frequently people are very frustrated because it's a wake-up call for them that they are getting older and that their lifestyle has to change.
Dr. Schwartz also suggests other prevention therapies.
Aspirin has a huge role in terms of both primary and secondary prevention of first heart attacks and prevention of second heart attacks when someone already has a diagnosis of heart disease. Many of our patients are taking fish oil, which I think can be a good supplement if the dietary fish intake is low.
By staying informed and making changes in your lifestyle, you can reduce your chances of heart disease.
You just learn a whole new life pattern, that's it. And because there's no other options. The alternative is not really what I want.
We all know too much alcohol is not conducive to healthy living. Overindulgence can give you the wrong type of six-pack abs. Karen Owak shows us how that beer belly affects more than just your waistline.
Studies show there's a strong link between heart disease and an excess of intra-abdominal fat, better known as a beer belly or belly fat. This type of fat is packed between your internal organs and torso compared to fat that's underneath your skin or within muscles. Belly fat is a strong predictor of heart disease. It acts like an organ and produces more changes in cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar. Now, women tend to store fat in the buttocks, thigh, and hips due to female sex hormones. But once women reach menopause, fat migrates to their waistlines and later in the belly, just like men. In addition to heart disease, belly fat can also increase your risk for high blood pressure, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and now Alzheimer's. Over 2/3 of American men share this feature, but with a good fitness routine, you can banish your belly and add years to your life. For the Men's Health Minute, I'm Karen Owak with your quick dose of health news.
Coming up, Heart Smart Shopping, how to enjoy the benefits of fresh fruit all year round, even when it's not in season. And
in training, we were taught to be on the lookout for hysterical females who come to the emergency room.
Doctors trained to treat female patients differently than men, the disturbing discrimination and how to stop it.
Get more information and interviews at mymcmedia.org/health.
Have you heard the news? Montgomery Community Media has a brand new website at mymcmedia.org. Now it's easier than ever to stream and watch all your favorite local shows. Keep up to date with county voices and events. Sign up for TV production and social media classes. All this and much more. See what's new at mymcmedia.org. Don't just watch media, make it happen.
Welcome back. While heart disease is the leading cause of death among women in the U.S., statistics show they're not getting the care they need. In fact, when men have heart symptoms, 62% of doctors send them to a cardiologist for further testing, while less than half as many doctors refer female patients. Vanessa Welch reports on these worrisome stats that could cost a woman her life.
When Donna Marie McKay complained of chest pain, shortness of breath, and back pain, her doctor told her to take it easy.
I felt as though I'm going to die.
Her doctor did not order blood work or heart tests.
She just blew me off, and that's a terrible feeling.
3 months later, Donna went to the ER. She had 4 blocked arteries and needed open heart surgery.
I couldn't believe it. I was just so stunned.
Cardiologist Adam Splaver says a symptom like shortness of breath is too often dismissed as anxiety among women.
In training, we were taught to be on the lookout for hysterical females who come to the emergency room.
And some women are getting bad information. Women naturally have higher HDL or good cholesterol levels than men. They're often told that will protect them.
Just having a high HDL may help a bit, but will not completely prevent cardiovascular disease.
One study shows 20% of women with high HDL had a heart attack. Another study shows when stress is added to a list of heart symptoms, 56% of doctors diagnosed heart disease in men. Only 15% of docs made the same diagnosis in women.
It's there, it's real, and we need to be on the lookout.
Donna can't change what's happened, but she hopes sharing her story will inspire other women to take charge if they think their doctors are ignoring their symptoms. I'm Vanessa Welch reporting.
And believe it or not, while nearly 50% of doctors prescribed heart medication for men, only 13% prescribed it for women. Women going through menopause have another risk factor to consider when it comes to heart health. Dr. Shabnam Dadgar, a primary care physician who specializes in minimally invasive surgery and gynecology care in Rockville, Maryland, joins us now to talk about menopausal hormone therapy in today's healthy women.
Menopause is a state that women lose estrogen, and our bone health is relying on our estrogen. Our female genital tract is relying on our estrogen. Mood, sleep, skin, teeth, you name it. And menopause is going to affect all these organs. Let me start talking about osteoporosis, which is a bone loss. The first year that a woman is menopausal, she loses 3 to 5% of bone density. And this is a huge number, and after that, 1 to 2% per year. If we put a patient on hormone replacement therapy, we're going to prevent that bone loss because estrogen is needed for healthy bone.
Can you give us, I guess, the benefits and the risks of hormone replacement therapy?
Well, if they have risk factors, and I know the patient already has diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, they've had a stroke, even though I know that they're going to lose their bone, I know that they're at greater risk of dying from complications that will come along with hormone therapy. So and recommendations are that do not use hormone therapy. However, if patient does not have risk factor and healthy young women, I'm all for hormone therapy. To be honest, I tell the patient menopause is not the end of the world. I know you feel miserable, but we have treatment. If you don't have any side effects and you don't have any, contraindication, I am all for hormone therapy.
So the women who are not a candidate and should not be taking hormone replacement therapy, do they have nothing? Is there anything that you can give these women to help them through menopause?
Unfortunately, there are no scientific data shows there is anything else that we can do for these patients except, alternative therapies. There are some herbals that, like black course or other things that we can use for therapy. Some studies says they work, some says they don't work, and we don't know the consensus, but they will not hurt the patient. And ACOG stands for some of these that is beyond the subject of this talk as short-term treatment for these patients. If someone goes on hormone therapy and they have their uterus, they need to make sure that they get the combination hormone because we need to protect the uterus from getting cancer.
Finally today, you are what you eat, and some foods are especially good for your heart, but they're not always easily available. Here's Karen Owak with a few pointers on heart smart shopping.
Are you eating your 2 to 4 servings of fruit every day? Perhaps your favorite fruits are out of season, or you have a hard time making frequent trips to the grocery store. Then consider the next best thing, the frozen food section of your supermarket. It's stocked with lots of nutritious fruits, from berries to peaches to pineapples. Best of all, they're handy, accessible all year, and the ultimate fast food. Whirl them into smoothies or enjoy them as a refreshing dessert or frozen bite-sized snack. For the Health Reporter Minute, I'm Karen Owak. See you next time for more quick health bites.
We hope this edition of Healthy Montgomery Family Checkup was educational and informative to you. For more information on these and other health-related topics, simply visit one of these websites. We'll be back next time. Until then, I'm Kathy Fowler. Stay healthy, Montgomery.